As the United States expanded into the West, slavery and the sectionalism involved with slavery became a huge issue for the United States. As territories applied for statehood, they had to bring up this issue of slavery over and over and over again. The roots of this tension and this sectionalism can be found going all the way back to the Constitution, particularly the Great Compromise, which had to do with representation and how to determine the number of representatives in Congress. There was a struggle to maintain a balance of power between free soil states and slave states, in other words, northern and southern states. In the Great Compromise, the House of Representatives was decided by the population. Because southern states had less of a white population than the northern states, it was decided that in the Three-Fifths Compromise that 3/5 of the slaves would count towards population as well. The other part of the Great Compromise is also important, and that is that the Senate would be determined with an equal number of votes per state. The Three-Fifths Compromise gave the Southerners an advantage in the Electoral College. Because the North was growing due to immigration and because of westward expansion, and the fact that the North and the West were working together on things like internal improvements, and there seemed to be a bit of a coalition there. The South felt that it was losing its ability to protect its interests, and when we say interests, we mean the expansion of slavery, especially in the House of Representatives, because they were losing population advantage because the North was growing more populous because of immigration. This meant that in order to protect their interests, the Southerners really fought hard to protect what they called the balance of power between the slave states and the free soil states, so that if a bill ever passed in the House of Representatives, then it would need to have a majority in the Senate to pass as well, because we have a bicameral legislature. If they have a balance of power and an equal number of slave and free states, the South will be able to kill off any of the bills that pass the House of Representatives because the North has an advantage there in population.